Welcome back. Floyd Mayweather has shown why he's the pound-for-pound champion of the world. He's still undefeated and his record improves to 48-0 after winning a lopsided unanimous decision against Manny Pacquiao. The Philippine hero had his moments in the fight of the century, but Mayweather proved he was the superior boxer thanks to his defence and probably his counter-punching as well. They weren't the only stars on show, though. A cavalcade of celebrities watch the event that is expected to generate a lazy $400 million in revenue. Amazing amount of money. OK, let's break down the fight round by round. I'm joined by boxing expert Paul Upham. Paul, good to see you, mate.
Thanks, Tom.
Firstly, straight up, did the fight live up to its billing?
Look, if you're a Mayweather fan, it did. Look, it was a fantastic performance by Floyd Mayweather. I had it 8 rounds to 4. I agreed with 2 of the judges, 116, 112. And he was so classy. Manny Pacquiao probably landed the 2 most eye-catching punches of the fight. And but apart from that, he was disappointing. It was like Mayweather said before the fight he thought he was reckless. Manny Pacquiao's a reckless fighter. It was like Manny was trying not to be reckless. Very disappointing for Manny. I was expecting a lot more, but for Floyd Mayweather, class personified.
I must give you a plug here. You did tip Floyd Mayweather on points when you came in a couple of days ago to preview the fight. Where was the fight won?
In the beginning, I thought Mayweather got off to a really fast start, and I was expecting, I said here during the week, that Manny Pacquiao would probably win the first 2 rounds. Mayweather won those first 2 rounds, and from that point on, he was behind the 8 ball. He only won rounds 4 and 6 on my card convincingly. There was 2 rounds, 9 and 10, which were pretty close. But apart from that, it was all Floyd Mayweather. I just thought that he showed his class. He proved that he is pound for pound #1 and one of the all-time greats. You cannot take that away from him.
So the fight lasted 12, which is what we were hoping. We waited 5 years for essentially the fight between what most people predict as the 2 best pound for pound in the world. But really, was it a classic fight? It probably wasn't, was it?
If you're a boxing purist and you appreciate the skills of what Mayweather does, and look, he fights the same way all the time. He's a defensive specialist. You can't hit him. And he stands right in front of Manny Pacquiao, who's meant to be an aggressive puncher, and we've seen that over the years. And Manny could not get through that defence. He was able to avoid the split-second reflexes for Floyd Mayweather are unbelievable at the age of 38. Got to remember, he's not young anymore. He's at the end of his career, 38 years of age, and it was an impressive performance against a guy who most people expected to be the toughest opponent of his career.
Manny Pacquiao, what did you make of his tactics?
I just expected some more activity. Yeah. Like the best Manny Pacquiao we saw against Oscar de la Hoya was there's a movement, there's energy, there's excitement, there's lots of punches being thrown. We didn't see that. Only twice. Rounds 4 and 6, he landed a good punch and hurt Floyd Mayweather. We see him here on the ropes and he worked him over. But a lot of those punches aren't landing. A couple of them are glancing there. And the crowd was pro-Manny, so they were getting into that. But overall, he just didn't win enough rounds. It was only 8 rounds to 4. And to beat Floyd Mayweather, you've got to win 7 rounds of the 12.
Well, the man himself, Manny Pacquiao, directly after the fight was pretty adamant that he should fight. Let's hear from him now.
It's a good fight. I thought I won the fight.
You thought you won the fight? Why?
He didn't do nothing. He always, move outside. I can handle his power. It's not strong like Margarito or other opponent Cotto like that.
So you're saying you thought you were up in the fight, and that's why maybe you didn't attack him, you didn't step up the pace even more in the 11th and 12th rounds?
Yes.
Well, he's entitled to his own opinion, but what now for Manny Pacquiao? He's had 6 losses in his career now. I think he's won something like 57 fights and 6 losses. Where to now for the Pac-Man?
Look, first of all, I must say that there's no shame in losing to Floyd Mayweather. He proved tonight he's one of the all-time greats. Not the best of all time, but he's up in that mix. Manny Pacquiao, look, he can go back and fight a whole lot of different guys. He brings so much people support that people are going to want to see him fight again. And I don't think Manny Pacquiao's going to want to go out in a loss like that. He's want to have another win. So I expect Manny Pacquiao to fight again, and he'll probably get some wins, but not against Floyd Mayweather.
OK, what about Floyd Mayweather then? We've just literally got some breaking news that apparently Floyd Mayweather is relinquishing all of his belts. I am far and away from a boxing expert. You're the man. What does that mean? Break it down to us.
Floyd's thinking ahead. He's giving up his belts. He doesn't need the titles because he is the star, the pound-for-pound star. And it means he's not dictated to by the sanctioning bodies. If they make Manny Pacquiao the #1 contender, he doesn't have to fight Manny Pacquiao. He said he's going to fulfill his contract and fight again in September, and he will pick whoever he wants to fight. And I bet you now it will not be Manny Pacquiao.
Now, directly after the fight, again, there was an interview in the ring. He said that he's fighting in September. What's the go here?
It's part of his contract. He signed a 6-fight deal with Showtime. It's the last fight on the contract. If he wins that fight, that'll take him to 49 wins, no losses, the equal of the great heavyweight Rocky Marciano, who retired undefeated. There will be that temptation to have one more fight next year and round it off and make it a nice 50-0. And maybe Floyd's putting that to the highest bidder. He's going to give himself the option to auction it off. So let's see how it plays out. But he will fight in September, he said in the ring after the fight. So that'll be 49-0 if he can win. Which
begs the question. Let's have a look at some of the stats here of what this fight actually brought in terms of cash and revenue. Why on earth would he be going on? Check out this. 510 mil was the total expected fight revenue. Just a lazy $230 million for Mayweather, just from the fight. It's quite extraordinary. 380 million, that was expected pay-per-view buys. The ringside seat price, we saw some of the celebs a couple of minutes ago. We saw Andre Agassi and these type of guys getting around, and P. Diddy and, you know, Beyonce, and just 230 grand if you don't mind for a ticket. And the starting price for a ticket, tell you what, if I got offered a ticket for 1,900 bucks, I'd probably buy it, but I'm well down the pecking order. But that is an extraordinary amount of money for a fight which lasted an hour, but if they're the best in the world, they deserve it.
They do. It's a sporting event, and that brought the celebrities in, and look, they deserve it, these guys. But Floyd Mayweather spends a lot of money, so I think he's going to need that big payday.
Great stuff. Paul Upham, always great to have a chat. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Tom.
All right.